Okay. Everybody should see this beautiful graduation slide, I hope. Please turn on your camera if you can. It's lovely to see your faces. If you do not have your pronouns on your name, please add them. You do that by hovering over your pictures and clicking the 3 dots and the rename button and add your pronouns, just so we know how to address you. And while we are waiting for a couple more folks to join, please feel free to add a joke to the chat. If you have a nice, fun, appropriate joke, they're always good tech ones. It brings lots of joy. And yeah, Zoom. Zoom's weird about the name thing. Like if you're logged on to any device with a different name, it will remember that until you log out of all devices and update your name on the website. It's annoying. It's annoying. Well, folks, I'm just gonna jump in here. Hello, you are all here for this cohort's graduation. This is the first half of the year 2023 cohort, our first cohort of 2023. We're so proud of everybody. We've got a couple like State of Techtonica slides to start off with because we've combined this also with our org-wide meeting. So there'll be a little info in the beginning and then we'll get to everybody's videos and all of that good stuff. First of all, happy Pride Month, everybody. Can't believe it's already almost the end of June. How has time gone? Again, if you could please turn on your cameras and rename yourself, that'd be super awesome. We like to start all of our meetings off with taking a few nice, deep, cleansing breaths. So feel free to think of something you're sort of leaving at the door for this meeting and take a few breaths and do a little stretching. And I'm going to mute myself while I do this here. Awesome. I hope you all feel focused and ready to go now. So, hi, welcome. This is our high-level agenda where we already said welcome. My name is Sarah Colley. My pronouns are she and her, and I am the software training engineering manager here. So hello, you'll see my slide in a minute. Michelle's going to talk for a bit. We're going to meet the graduates. We're going to meet Amanda. We're going to do some pictures. Be a nice, fun time. Hello, this is Techtonica. Our mission is to help women and non-binary adults with low incomes overcome barriers into tech careers. I am Sarah Colley. My pronouns are she, her, and I am the engineering manager here at Techtonica. And it's been my privilege to work with all of our fine participants for the last 6 months. And next up, we have Michelle.
Hi, everyone. I'm so happy that you're all here. Graduation day is super inspiring. It's my favorite thing that we do just because our cohort members have worked so hard to get here. And it's amazing that we get to celebrate that. So thanks for being here and congratulations to all of the soon to be new grads. Back to you, Sarah.
Next up, we have Christina.
Hello, everybody. My name is Cristina Rodriguez. My pronouns are she, her, ella. If you are here, you probably have my email but in any case, here is my email if you have any questions. And I'm so proud of all participants for doing this amazing effort of learning so much in only 6 months. Congratulations to all of you.
As a reminder, this is our code of conduct. I'm just going to read it out. Techtonica is dedicated to providing a safe, inclusive, welcoming, and harassment-free space and experience for all members and guests. regardless of gender identity and expression, sexual orientation, disability, physical appearance, socioeconomic status, body size, ethnicity, nationality, level of experience, age, or religion, or lack thereof. Our code of conduct exists because of that dedication. We do not tolerate harassment in any form, and we prioritize marginalized people's safety over privileged people's comfort. Our full conduct can be found at our website. Let's take a minute and look back, harken back to all of the amazing work that you all have done over the last 6 months. We have had so many apps and code challenges that you have all gone through. We should sometime keep track of how many code challenges combined everybody has done, but I'm sure it's in the thousands. We got so much help from volunteers. Thank you. A huge round of applause for all of our mentors and other volunteers. We got around 98 hours per participant of volunteer time. That is huge. And thank you all so much. The volunteers are what make this program possible. We had get to know yous with the staff and the board members. We have some awesome new testimonials on our testimonials page. And last but not least, we have amazing final projects, which you will see in a little bit. Looking back, there have been some hard things that have happened over the last 6 months. Folks have had family issues, there have been health problems, the economy with all of the tech layoffs has been really hard, and we had to say goodbye to one of our graduates. We also had some really awesome things happen. We had Techtonica's first hackathon. We had outlines of key takeaways added. We added end-of-day quizzes for the entire cohort. And we did a lot of project reviews and games on Fridays, which I know from the exit interviews were some of your highlight of the week. I want you all to hearken back to your youthful faces 6 months ago. Think back to a time at the beginning. Now, the impact of Techtonica so far, as of, or will be in 1 hour, we will have had 9 cohorts graduate with a total of 102 graduates come through the program. That is amazing. And all of your hard work, I think, will pay off as you move into amazing, bright futures. We will be starting our next cohort next month with a cohort of 10 people. Oh, sorry, we're starting I messed up this slide. We're starting cohort 10 with 11 people in July. That was me messing up numbers. To clarify, cohort number 10 starts on July 18th with 11 people. We're going to continue doing our org-wide meetings, our action items, and making program improvements. I really appreciate all of the exit interviews that I did with folks this week. I got some awesome feedback and ideas on things to make the program even better, and I'm excited to work with Christina and implement them and have the program be even better going forward. So thank you for your time and your well thought out ideas that will just continue to make the program better. We're also continuing with the Seeker program starting on July 17th for the next round with some updates that are still getting flushed out a little bit, but I'm excited to see a bunch of you there. Now on to the fun stuff. And I didn't share my screen with sound, so let me click the button with sound. Share. Share. Okay. Let me know if you're not able to hear this. I'm going to run through all of these amazing videos.
Hi, my name is Anise Manzanares. I'm a mother of 3, and I currently reside in Colorado. I was born and raised in San Francisco, and I was always interested in computers and technology. I taught myself HTML, CSS in middle school, and loved to update people's MySpaces and blogs. I'm really proud to be able to call myself a software engineer now, thanks to Techtonica. I want to give a shout out to my mentor, Jair, the whole entire cohort, and everyone on the Techtonica team. And now I present to you MoveView.
View. When you first get to the home page, you're going to have the main div here that renders a random movie at every reload. You can scroll down and see movies from different categories that I have preset. You can click a movie, and this will bring you to the Movies About page, where you'll get things such as the release date, um, about the movie, as well as the list of actors and actresses. From here, you'll be able to post a review and see reviews that have been posted. The search bar is fully functional. Let's search my favorite movie, Hamilton. These are all the research results for Hamilton, but I want this one specifically. I love this movie. You can watch a trailer about any given movie that you click on, and how about we post a review? This will probably be my favorite review that I post. And post. And now we have our review posted. As you can see, when you post your review, your username comes up as well as your face. You can go to your profile and see all the reviews that you have posted. You can also update your profile and delete it if you really want to, but I don't. You can update and delete reviews too, as well as post and delete comments. Thank you. I hope you enjoyed it. And you can always visit it at moveview.app.
Hi, my name is Anise.
Hi, my name is Camille and I use she, they pronouns. After leaving Florida in 2015, I have become a proud Philly resident. Go Birds. I've spent the last 8 years primarily working in the education-based nonprofit field and learning and developing myself. I love working on teams, having fun, and being able to express myself in various ways. I decided to pivot into tech when I saw nearly firsthand the potential that it had to change lives. And as a gamer, coding felt like fun from day one, and I honestly never looked back. I have had the journey of a lifetime here at Techtonica, and I look forward to getting to work and play by being a software engineer. And I am very excited to show you my project, Ready. Okay, so Ready is my full stack app using PostgreSQL, Express, React, Node, and Vite, along with a bunch of other libraries and APIs that I use to make this a functional app. So it's a vacation management app that allows you to make to-do lists in order to prepare to go on your trip, but also to prepare to come home back from your trip so that you feel ready to enter the real world again, hence the name Ready. So I'm gonna log in with my personal Google account. And when I do that, we'll be taken to our dashboard, which is where you will originally start to make new trips. When you add a trip, it gets added to this little sidebar here, and we can click to see all of your trips at a glance. And if you were to go into one particular trip, you can see all of the to-do lists that are associated with that trip, any activities that you might want to do. You can input into here and we submit the form, and ChatGPT will actually throw back some things that you might want to pack for that trip. So if we were to hover over these, we could click on them and they would be added to our clipboard, and we can add them to our list. We can make some new lists. We can edit trip details here if we want. And we also have a way to edit some profile information here. You can add yourself a username and that will be added to here. And we have a page that highlights our upcoming features. So I'm very proud of this app. I'm very excited to present it to you all and talk about my code in upcoming interviews.
Hi, I'm Dana and my pronouns are she, her. I'm from New York and I have a singing channel on YouTube. Something that most people are surprised by is that I wasn't always good at singing. I was passionate and motivated, so I practiced daily on my own for years and took every opportunity I could to improve my skills. In the same way, I've been coding and learning about software engineering every day for over a year. I've built software projects and acted as a peer mentor at Techtonica, reviewing my peers' code and answering technical questions. I'm really excited to grow and improve even more. Ultimately, I hope to make a meaningful impact with my work. This is the architecture diagram for my project. I have two distinct user flows. The synchronous flow is represented using the bold arrows, and the asynchronous flow is represented using the dashed arrows. An asynchronous flow means that no user action is required for any actions to take place. The hardest part of my project was making sure that my data is consistent despite having multiple components that are able to update it concurrently. What I'm most proud of is that I was able to create a design doc and get feedback on it from multiple senior and staff engineers before implementation. This is my app, and I'm going to be demonstrating the synchronous user sign-up flow. First, the user is going to sign up through Auth0, and then they will submit their CodeWars username and receive a test challenge to solve within 10 minutes in order to verify their account. Once they've completed the test, the user can go back to the app and click on Done, and the backend will validate the challenge. Now that the user is validated, they can set their preferences and schedule a code challenge. In the asynchronous flow, even without the user clicking the Done button, my validation job will either validate legitimate users or remove malicious users who claim someone else's CodeWars username. My email job will automatically assign users code challenges based on their preferences and send new code challenge emails or reminder emails also based on their preferences. And that's the end of my demo. Thank you so much for watching.
Hello everyone, my name is Giselle Garcia. My pronouns are she, her. I'm a passionate individual who enjoys hiking and spending time with my family. Prior to joining Techtonica, I was a case manager at a law firm where I practiced my problem-solving skills and critical thinking abilities. However, I soon realized I wanted a career that would provide me with more technical challenges. This realization led me to enroll in an organization called Cohort, where I discovered data analytics and discovered that I loved coding. This journey led me to Techtonica, where I learned about the Print stack and practiced my logical thinking abilities through weekly full stack projects. As the eldest of 4 siblings and a first-generation individual, it is important for me to enter the tech space to inspire my younger siblings and other people like myself to have the confidence to achieve whatever they set their minds to. My experience at Techtonica has taught me to push myself to learn and overcome challenges as they come. I look forward to having a career that fosters innovation and encourages growth. Thank you for taking the time to learn about my journey, and I hope you enjoy exploring my project as much as I have enjoyed creating it. My project, Mindful Milestones, is a vision board app that helps users visualize and track their goals as actionable steps. It utilizes a RESTful API and follows a print stack architecture. To get started, users can log in using Auth0 authentication. The application uses a database consisting of 4 tables: users, images, goals, and tasks. The backend routes are implemented using Node.js and Express. Once authenticated, users can save images that represent their goals. The Pexels Image API allows for users to search for a word or phrase that resonates with their goal. Here I am searching waterfall. Users can select 1 or more images to save to the image tracker table. Once saved, images can also be removed. Now we can head over to the Goal Tracker tab, where users can add a new goal by filling out a form with the selected image from the vision board as a visual reminder of the goal. Now we'll fast forward to this form being completed. Once the goal is saved, users can create tasks for each goal and track their completion. Each post displays a completed task counter to track progress. If necessary, tasks can also be removed.
Hi everyone, my name is Mifra Malik, and I'm a first-generation college graduate with a bachelor's degree in finance from UConn. My first full-time job was in business intelligence, and I believe that was my gateway into developing interest into coding. Using no-code softwares, I could automate the amount of time it would take to complete a workflow from hours to seconds. And that role made me realize the power of technology. But I still want to get a flavor of a high finance role more aligned with my undergraduate pursuits. So I went off to work in private equity and venture capital. And while I was in these roles, I started to realize that there are gaps between the work in finance and how technology could be leveraged to make them more efficient. During this time, I was also doing deep introspection about what I wanted to do in my career long term. And it became clear to me that learning how to code will fulfill my desire to be in a more technical role that is benefited by technology. I feel really grateful to have tried various paths early in my career, as they've not only added more to my toolkit, but they provided me clarity on my decision to join Techtonica and kickstart my career in tech. Thank you, everyone. This is the homepage of Raw Stories, my career blog. If I scroll down and click on my View Story button, it will direct me to a new page with the individual interview. But for now, let's go back to my homepage. If I want to add a new story, I'll have to log in with Auth0. I'm going to go ahead and log in. You'll notice upon logging in an Add New Story button appears. Once I click on that, it takes me to a new form, and if I go ahead and follow the labels, I will be able to add a new story, which I will demo over here in this video. Once I click on the Add New Story button, a success message appears indicating a story has been added. If I go back to my homepage, you can access the story just like the others. Now, if I click on the Explore Jobs button on my navbar, it takes me to a new page showing engineering jobs from the Aduna Job API. Clicking on this third job redirects me to its job posting. I originally built this website on Wix, and I'm very grateful to be able to build this using the JavaScript print stack. It serves as a tribute to my professional journey of learning how to code, and I wanted to thank everyone at Techtonica who has supported me in achieving this goal. Thank you, everyone.
Hi, my name is Pandora. My pronouns are they, them. I'm originally from the Bay Area, specifically East Oakland, but I've been living in the Boston greater area since 2018. So tech first piqued my interest when I was in high school, and I had the privilege of being a part of a program called Tech Bridge. So Tech Bridge was basically like the STEM-based after-school program that targeted girls in underprivileged areas, and I got to do that for all 4 years of high school. And I was really inspired to pursue being a software engineer because I got to meet a lot of amazing women who were very innovative in the tech sphere. But when I got to college, I decided not to study it because I felt a lot of imposter syndrome due to the lack of diversity. However, it was always in the back of my head, and I knew it was something I wanted to do. So my background is technically now in theater because that's what I studied in college. And since college, I've been like a barista, a bartender who still does theater on the side. But during the pandemic, I decided it was time for me to pursue tech, and that's what led me to applying to Techtonica. And since I've been a part of Techtonica, I have honestly learned so much, and I am so excited to be a software engineer and to be like the women that I looked up to when I was in high school. So yeah, that's pretty much all about me. Next up, I'll show you my project, Groupies. It's basically a super basic social media site, which was inspired by MySpace nostalgia, honestly. So I use the print stack to create this, and I also use an external API from Giphy. So basically, when the user logs in, they can log in with Auth0. They have the option of either logging in with their Google account or they can sign up for an account. So we'll log in with my Google account. When the user logs in, the first thing they see is basically like their landing page, which is a feed of all the posts from groups that they are a part of. And they also have a list of groups, and this is just a list of any group that they're a part of. And so they have the option to click into one of these groups, and then it'll have posts from everybody within that group. They also have the option to leave or join groups. They can explore groups through the explore page, and this kind of lists all of the groups within the website. From there, they can also create groups. So basically, let's just say this is a new group. When they submit that, this list will be updated. So if you go back to their homepage, the group is now in that list, as well as if you go to the explore page, that group is there. And the user can post in groups. So basically they can type whatever their heart desires. Let's say whatever my heart desires, and make a little preview there as well. And they can search for whatever gift they want. Let's see this little cute one. All right, let's do Jason Momoa. And then make a post, and that populates on the group page. And when they click the groupies link, it is now in their feed. There's another feature where the user can basically edit their profile as well. So they click this, they can hit edit. They can change their display name. Let's change it to Vixen Loki. They can change their pronouns, so they / them, and they can change their photograph. And we'll save that. And then you go back to the page, you can see that Pandora is now all the posts that work in that Pandora are now Vixen Loki, and they have this new cute cat photo instead of a Hello Kitty photo. So that is
Hello, my name is Rama Mahdi, and my pronouns are she, her, hers. Prior to attending Techtonica, I was working on my undergrad at UC Berkeley, where I received a full merit scholarship as a Regents and Chancellor Scholar. I was an interdisciplinary major, and I focused on the computational social science track, which dealt with a lot of mixed method data analysis. Additionally, I did undergraduate research at the School of Information, which introduced me to the world of human-computer interaction. After an internship in UX research, I realized that I wanted to pursue software development and continue in the process between ideation and deployment rather than just share UX research or user stories with the developer team when building out key features. During my time at Techtonica, I'm committed to creating a seamless user experience in all of my web applications. Thank you.
Monte allows you to generate personalized RDA, recommended daily allowance dosages for over 15 plus essential vitamins and minerals. When users log in, when users go to the homepage, they're able to read some basic information as well as try the sample calculator. Here we can see users are able to input their age as well as their gender identity, and they get personalized data. Once they log in, they're then able to, their name renders on the screen from the Auth0 API, and they're able to calculate total values. as well as a fact sheet will generate information and links to secondary API. When users are finished, they're done. Thank you.
Hi everyone, my name is Raquel Chavez. I'm from the Bay Area and my pronouns are she, her. My studies in sociology at UCLA exposed me to the profound influence technology has on our society, especially when it comes to social justice. I became captivated by data and its power to shape narratives and reveal insights. Recognizing the immense potential of technology to drive social change, I chose to pursue and pivot to a career in software engineering. This path allows me to actively build and create using code, while leveraging the power of data to develop innovative solutions with a human-centered approach. By combining my skills in coding and problem solving, I aspire to develop applications that not only empower individuals, promote inclusivity, and foster equality, but also utilize data to inform decision-making and drive meaningful impact. So I hope you enjoy the next part of this video where I will do my presentation of my project.
Simple yet user-friendly web application that allows visitors to browse through our selection of products as soon as they land on our website. The front end is powered by React and contains feature components that allows users to add products to their favorites list for future reference or continue to view product details. However, this feature is only applicable if the user is logged in. So for added convenience and security, we use Auth0 to provide a reliable login process, which verifies the user's email address. Once logged in, visitors can continue exploring our product range and adding items to their favorites list at their leisure. On the back end, we utilize Node.js and Express.js to handle our API requests. We communicate with an external API to retrieve data and manage user information in PostgreSQL database. The database stores details like first name and emails, and I've also implemented API endpoints for adding and removing favorites on a per user basis. So you can see that here, we can remove, and it's also reflected in the favorites page, which will save the user's favorites.
Hi, my name is Rochanel. My pronouns are she, her. And prior to Techtonica, I was a teacher. During the pandemic, I used coding as an incentive to get students really engaged with my learning. And from there on out, my interest in coding began. I joined Techtonica because I'm really interested in one, perfecting my craft, and two, building applications or being able to build applications that really solve problems for people. And I'm super excited for you to see my project. MemoWise is a full-stack app developed using Firebase, Node, React, Postgres, and Auth0. Let's dive in. MemoWise stands out with its AI-powered card generation feature. The app generates flashcards based on user-defined topics. This makes sure that the generated cards are relevant and aligned with users' learning goals. It takes the hassle out of creating study materials, saving time and effort. Additionally, users have the option to manually create cards. Users can include audio and visual links if desired, providing additional resources for their cards. Users simply search for media using keywords. Once they find the media they want, they copy and paste it into their cards, and then click Save. MemoWise incorporates gamification elements. Users earn points as they progress through their studies. This approach adds a fun and competitive element, motivating students to actively participate and strive for mastery. It transforms their learning experience into an exciting and rewarding journey. Educators have the ability to add, edit, and delete students. They can also view flashcards and provide targeted guidance and support. This seamless interaction enhances the learning environment and promotes effective communication, ultimately leading to improved student outcomes.
Hey everyone, my name is Marie Maruki, my pronouns are she, her, and I'm from Los Angeles, California. A bit about my background is that after high school, I went to community college where I tutored in mathematics and I eventually got my associate's degree in math. I decided to pursue higher education and was the first in my family to attend university. I went to UC San Diego and was part of the Jacobs School of Engineering, where I had the intention of getting a computer science degree. Ultimately, the program was too expensive for me to stay, which is when I started searching for alternative ways to make my way into tech, which is why I'm here at Techtonica. At Techtonica, I've had the pleasure of creating multiple full-stack applications utilizing the print stack, including my final project, which is a budget/expense tracking application with some pretty nifty features. Welcome to Money on My Mind, an expense/budget tracking application. Let me give you a quick tour. Once reaching the landing page, you can click the Get Started button, which takes you to our login page. With Auth0, your login experience is secure and seamless. We've implemented Auth0's robust authentication and authorization platform, ensuring that your login credentials are encrypted and protected. Once authenticated, you'll be granted access to a personalized dashboard. Our dashboard showcases your spending habits with dynamic and visually appealing donut charts generated using React Google Charts. For a more detailed experience, we've also included a table view where you can dive deeper into your expenses. Navigate to our budgets page where you can select the month and year that you want to add, edit, or delete income and expenses to. But wait, there's more. I've added a nifty feature for your convenience. With just a click of a button, our application generates email invitations leveraging Google Calendar's API's Create Event functionality. Knowledge is power. Our financial literacy page provides informative videos generated using the YouTube API to fetch relevant content. The real highlight is Money Mentor. Money Mentor is an in-app chatbot powered by OpenAI API. Simply ask any financial related question and it will provide personalized advice to guide you on your financial journey.
I'm Ruthie Irvin, my pronouns are they, them, and I'm based in Houston with my spouse and 2 children. Before Techtonica, I worked at 3 completely different startups in tech support, and I also worked in the high school classroom, but that was interrupted by the pandemic. Last summer, I started my Techtonica journey, and unfortunately my mom had a near-fatal stroke 4 weeks into the program, and I became part of her full-time care team. I still graduated on time though because of my time management and prioritization skills, as well as my eagerness to ask a question rather than get stuck on something for a long time. Since graduating, I have contributed over 70 merged PRs into the open source curriculum, as well as solidified my understanding of the Pern stack by helping other people in the cohort pursue this dream. I think I'd make an excellent addition to any software development team because I thrive in a team environment and I absolutely love contributing to other people's success. Thank you so much for being here today.
During the last cohort, 6 out of 7 mock interviewers asked me the same question because they relied on a static list from Techtonica. I fell in love with this challenging problem and was driven to build a solution. To simplify the process, I used Sequelize to create a flexible database model that allowed easy schema updates and interaction with the database using JavaScript objects. I imported nearly 100 code challenges into the database, reformatted from an abandoned Google Doc on the Techtonica drive, and integrated Auth0 to gather participant data. By combining the data, I created a junction table that updates whenever a participant marks a question as complete. The UI closely matches Techtonica's official website and seamlessly integrates with the Code Sandbox API, pre-formatting environments to complete the challenges at the click of a button. In the next version, I plan to add database query logic to prevent generating completed questions. I hope this app streamlines the mock interview process and serves as a useful study tool for many participants to come.
Hi, my name is Sada, and just like my necklace, it means bringer of love and happiness in Arabic. And that's exactly what I've tried to do since transitioning into tech. My journey hasn't been easy, but it was my parents' sacrifice of fleeing their home country to give us a better life that really kept me inspired. I became a hard worker, and I studied physiology, and I even ended up working in a sleep research lab reading people's brainwaves. And as fascinating as that was, it was the actual technology that really interested me, and more so, it was the impact that technology could have on people's lives. I witnessed this firsthand when my sister was in the emergency room and ended up being diagnosed with type 1 diabetes. I continue to this day to see the impact that software and technology has on her life and how it keeps her alive. I want to be part of this impact, and Techtonica has given me the ability to finally break into tech, and I've learned so much about coding and especially about myself. My final project is really a reflection of my values, especially in building relationships with others. I hope you will enjoy my final project, and now let me walk you through it. Welcome to Forget Me Not, the ultimate app to never forget an important detail about a person you love. Users will click the login button on the login page and sign in using Auth0. Once inside, users will be able to see all of the loves that they have previously stored, as well as a form to add a new love. At the very bottom, the avatar preview will display, and it will update with each different feature that the user selects. Users also have the ability to delete loves as well as edit loves if needed. Once they click the Click for Love info button, they'll be able to see all the information about each love. They will also be able to filter out by family and by friends. And they will also be able to click the Your Profile at the top to enter in their own details and also create their own avatar that has all their info here. And that is Forget Me Not.
Hello, my name is Tanya Pina and my pronouns are they, them. As an anthropology major and former library worker, I found my passion to be the intersection between tech and humans. Prior to joining Techtonica, I served as a library assistant where I implemented skills learned from my anthropology degree to coordinate educational and inclusive community programs, one of which were our computer classes. My interest in tech grew as I led these classes and saw the struggles that folks faced with tech being inaccessible, whether it be because they could not select a small button with their mouse or because they knew nobody in their community who knew how to use tech. I began to think how I could fix these problems if I were to design web applications, which eventually led me to learn basic HTML and CSS. Once I did, I fell in love with the world of tech and immersed myself in as much of it as possible, which ultimately led me to Techtonica. Through Techtonica, I've been able to integrate my love of teamwork and community with learned tech skills and was able to build an application from scratch. After Techtonica, I aim to use these same skills in order to create inclusive tech spaces by and for underrepresented communities. Thank you.
All right, here's a project that I built at Techtonica. Modeled after Pokemon's commercial break game, Guessamon is essentially a quiz game that tests users' Pokemon knowledge. To use my application, the user first has to log in via their email, which is handled through Auth0. Once the user is authenticated, they are then faced with a silhouette of a Pokemon, which has been grabbed from the Pokemon API, whose identity they have to guess. If the user selects the correct option, they are then able to add their Pokemon to their favorite. If the user selects the wrong option, they are unable to add the Pokemon to their favorite, but can still play the game again. Again, the user is able to access their favorites through the Favorites tab here, and they'll be able to see all the Pokemon that they've collected so far, with the most recent one being all the way down at the bottom.
Hi, my name is Yasmin. I am from the San Francisco Bay Area, a graduate from Santa Clara University, and the oldest of 5 siblings. Before Techtonica, I was working as a research assistant at a company called Genentech. After spending countless hours working with Excel, I fatefully stumbled upon Python. From there, I would spend my free time learning how to code. And the more I learned, the more excited I became about all the possibilities that can open up when you do know how to code. This inspired me to make a wholehearted commitment to becoming a software engineer. It's been a year since I left my job, and I am so proud of the strides I have made in making this commitment a reality. I am thrilled for the next phase in my coding journey, where I'll have the opportunity to join an internship. I cannot wait to bring my curiosity, to soak up new knowledge, and to make a real impact in my next role. Thank you. For my final project, I created a fitness app called You Move. The user story begins at the homepage, where a user can sign up or log in. When a user chooses to log in, they can do so using the Auth0 API. Upon login, the user will be taken to a page that looks like this. A user can search for a new workout. They can also view their previously saved workouts. Some notable features on this page is that a user can load more search videos if they wish. Additionally, they can filter their saved workouts by target area. When a user wants to view or edit a workout, they will be taken to a page that looks like this. The user can delete the workout, and they can also update information regarding that workout. They can duplicate an exercise, they can edit an exercise, they can delete an exercise, and they can keep track of what set they're on so they never forget. Lastly, when a user is done with the workout, they can click Done. A notable feature about this page is that it is responsive, so on mobile, it still presents well. When a user is done editing their workout, they can save the workout and have it for easy reference in the future. Thank you for listening.
Hello everyone, my name is Yolisma. My pronouns are she and her, and I am based in California. I'm a first-generation Latina with a background in medical office administration. And for the longest time, I've always been fascinated to be a part of tech because it's a constant evolving industry. However, due to lack of resources and financial barriers, I was never able to make that career switch, which is why I'm really grateful to be a part of Techtonica because they've created pathways for women of color like myself to be able to learn about programming. I believe I would be a great software engineer because of my dedication to lifelong learning, my abilities to overcome any obstacles that faces my way, and my commitment to creating a positive environment for underrepresented individuals like myself when I get into the tech industry. I thank you for your time and I hope we can connect soon. Hello everyone, I am very excited to present to you my final project called Lend a Paw. Lend a Paw is an application that supports animals through adoption and spreading awareness about donating, fostering, and more. Anyone who visits the app is able to see any of the pages that the site provides without needing an account. So here you are at the home page, and as you can see, it contains some images and some blogs at the bottom and gives you information regarding about adoption and fostering. And we have our About Us section where we talk about where it began in our mission. We have our ways to help where we go more in depth regarding about donating, fostering, volunteering if adoption is not the top priority for the user. Then we go to adoptable pets section where we have our list of animals that are up for adoption thanks to our third API Pet Finder. And do keep in mind that in order to adopt these animals, you do need to create an account. So I'll go ahead and log in where it will direct us to Auth0. Once the user is logged in, they can go ahead and go to Adoptables Pets, select the pet of choice that they want to adopt, which will redirect them to the thank you for considering adoption page. They will go ahead and fill out that form. And once they fill that information and submit that form, they'll submit it and they will be redirected to the thank you for submitting adoption form. And that is my final project. Thank you.
Those are also amazing. Please feel free to unmute yourself and cheer for all of those absolutely amazing products. As a reminder, like that is only after 5 months of learning how to do stuff like that. That's absolutely amazing. So I know you're in it. I know it's been a lot of work. This is it. Yes, I heard a congrats. Keep them coming. You all rocked it so super hard. Okay.
I'm super impressed in all of your growth, everyone, from watching you guys interview last year to graduating now. Congrats. Seriously, congrats. That's a lot of growth and improvement, and I can't wait to see what you guys do.
So true. So true. Remember 6 months ago at the application when the question was like, console.log hello world. And now you all built these amazing apps. I am going to pass the floor over to Amanda.
Good afternoon. My name is Amanda Rice. I'm the partnerships manager here at Techtonica. I am still very new to the organization. I'm about 3 months in, and my duties consist of finding partners that will support our program and ensure that our participants have some place to go after they finish with us. So with that being said, I will give you some insight on who we've partnered with for this current cohort. Sony Interactive, Honeycomb, and Soda Health. So I see some folks in our virtual audience from all of the companies, and thank you so much for representing your company today, and thank you for sticking with us through this tough time in tech at this moment in time. As some of you may or may not know, it's a tough job market. But even though that's the case, we were still able to place 8 people, and that's a big deal, and it's a huge accomplishment. And so right now we're going to tell you who was placed and where they're going to be working for the next 6 months. And I'm proud of you all, so in advance. Sarah, you can, I think, click again. Yeah. Oh. It's okay. Let's go back a little. All right, so Sony Interactive Entertainment will be taking on a software developer as an apprentice, and that person will be Anise. Congratulations, Anise, for all your hard work. And Sony Interactive will also be taking on an SDET apprentice, and that person will be Camille. Congratulations, Camille. We are super proud of you. Sony Interactive Entertainment will also be taking on a software quality, a QA engineer, and that will be Giselle. Congratulations, Giselle. We are so proud of you. Sony Interactive Entertainment will also be taking on an apprentice client engineering software engineer, and that person will be Ruby. Congratulations, Ruby. And lastly, for Sony Interactive Entertainment, they will also be taking on a QA engineering intern, and that person will be Yasmin. Congratulations, Yasmin. So the Health is a recurring partner as well, very much so like Sony, and they will be taking on a software engineering apprentice, and that person will be Dana. Congratulations. Honeycomb is one of our new partners, and they will be taking on someone for their blue team, an apprentice, and that person will be Ruthie. Congratulations, Ruthie. And lastly, Honeycomb will also be taking in someone for their green team, and that apprentice will be Rochanelle. Congratulations. Please feel free to unmute yourselves and cheer and give all of our folks who were able to be placed a round of applause.
Woo! Congrats!
Yay!
You guys did it.
Congratulations!
Congratulations!
Camille's got the motorboat on. You can all put that motorboat on your head now if you want. Beep, 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 beep. Oh yeah. Who wants to do the group screenshot? Michelle, Christina?
I can
I'm
do
gonna
that.
stop sharing.
So please turn on your camera for a little screenshot. If you feel comfortable, of course. Okay, people, on my 3. 1, 2, 3. Dunk a bunch of those. We will have one with everybody smiling. Back to you, sir.
Awesome, thank you. And let me go back to sharing the screen. Okay. Next up.
This is still me.
Still you.
Thank you, Sarah. So as I mentioned, part of my job is asking people for things. And so I don't want to leave today without making an ask. We are having a fundraising campaign to support our participants who were not placed, and also to support our participants who were recently laid off via our Seekers program. And so we are now accepting donations. Feel free to use this QR code if you wish to donate today. We have posted this particular graphic on all of our socials. So even if you can't give today, if you could share that post, so if you go to type in Techtonica into any of the major platforms, you'll find us. Please share, repost, share with your friends. And again, if you can donate, please donate. And thank you in advance.
And next up, we have a word from one of our board members, Annie.
Hi, everyone. Congratulations. This is a very exciting day. I was asked to join graduation to just say a few words about, I don't know what to say a few words about, something inspirational. I think when people come to graduation and they give a talk, I remember when I was graduating from Berkeley in 2001, after the dot-com crash the year before, and half of my friends couldn't find jobs. After spending 4 years at Cal, it was like, including myself, I was pretty scared. And I think, one of the hard things about that time was not knowing what was going to come tomorrow. And I don't think, to be honest, even if you have a job, even if you have been working somewhere for a long time, I think like that never goes away, and that's okay, because every day is a new day. And so the big, I think, takeaway that I've kind of put together as the story of my career over the last 20 some odd years in tech is that careers are not linear. They're going to be up, they're going to be down, they're going to be left and right. And I just think with every decision that you're making and that I had to make in my life, when I graduated in a down economy, you just have to make that decision for right now. And if you are able to get a job in tech that's a contract role, if you're able to get a job that's maybe tangential to what you thought you were going to do, if you were going to do something else for a little while you continue to build your portfolio, that's totally okay. I graduated in 2001 thinking I was going to be a technical writer, and it's a good thing I didn't do that, because I probably would be not very good at that, and I'm much happier doing marketing and operational leadership stuff. But with each of like the jobs that I've had over the years, I started out as a sales engineer, which is, by the way, a fantastic job for someone who wants to become a developer, because you have to join the intersection of understanding technical stuff and how it relates to customers and businesses, and how customers talk about the problems that they're experiencing. And I think that all of those types of roles make you better developers in the long run anyway, because you get the closer you get to the customer, the better your product is going to be. And the closer you understand the customer and the problems that they experience, the better the customer is going to be. So anyway, back to this message of careers are not linear. Yeah, over the last 20 years, you were a technical writer in 2019. Yeah, I tried it, and it I just wasn't as good as I thought I would be. And that's going to happen. But at least you tried, and at least I tried. And I think that that's the most important thing, because with every single job, you're going to learn something, and that's going to go in your toolbox, and you're going to be able to apply it to your next job. And that's how I have built my career, and sort of jumping into all of these different types of roles. I've been a sales engineer, I've been in customer success and in marketing leadership, in data analytics, business development. And even though I can code, I don't on a day-to-day basis, but I use that knowledge to help inform these conversations that I have with customers and internally as we talk about product design. And so all of that knowledge just sort of builds up into your toolbox over the years. And this is your starting point. This is where you're taking all of the knowledge that you have from your life, your amazing story, and all of your life experience that's so important to add to tech, because Lord knows, we gender and racial diversity in tech can use some help, right? And so take all of this wonderful, rich experience that you have, and don't think of it as a deficit. because it is your tool. It's part of your toolbox, and you're adding on these technical skills, and you're going to take both of those things and you're going to do really, really amazing things in the workforce. I loved seeing all of your projects because there are a couple in there that I help run a mom group and of working professional moms in tech. And these are questions that people are asking all the time. How do I hold myself accountable? How do I have information served up to me in a way that, you know, is actually relevant? How do I keep track of information about the people that I love? I mean, these are real problems that people are experiencing, and the what you all chose as your projects are a reflection of sort of, you know, how you see and how you experience the world. And so I can't wait to see about you know, how you build your portfolios out over the next couple of years. And I can't wait to see the incredible work that you do in this first job that you land out of Techtonica. And I'm just going to be following you all on LinkedIn, and feel free to reach out anytime, and, you know, as you're networking. So the first piece was careers are not linear. The second piece, so important, is your network. This is the beginning of your network in tech. And don't take your network for granted, because your network is how you're going to, over time, build those relationships and land your next job and land your next job and hire people that are great and get referrals. And so it's so important in tech to help each other out within your network. And so don't walk away from today and you know, think that you have no one sort of on your side, because this is your network, and we're all here to support you and each other, and we all want to see everybody on this call to be successful. The very last thing, and I'll stop talking, I know it's late, is your portfolio. So every single project that you do, including the one that you did here, is a part of your portfolio, and be proud of it and share it and continue testing stuff out and trying new stuff out, because you're going to learn something new with every project that you build. Okay, I'm done. Thank you for your time, and congratulations.
Thank you, Annie. That's it, everybody. You did it. You done did it. We are just gonna hang out and mingle and chat, and normally this is when like family members pop up and are like, I'm so proud of my person so and so because they rocked so hard. So if you are a family member or a mentor or a friend and you want to give a shout out, unmute yourself and do it.
Shout out to my big sister, Cammie.
Shout out to my daughter, Cammie, my oldest baby girl. Stop blushing.
Don't hide, Camille. We can see you.
She's hiding. Congratulations to you all.
Thank you for being here and showing up for your people. I appreciate that.
Yeah. Yep.
I cannot stress enough how much it's so cool to see everyone grow and then join the larger Techtonica group. So congrats to all y'all for graduating. Congrats to making it through. It's not easy. This is hard. And I can say that being there a year ago. And you know what? It won't get easier, but you've made it through some of the hardest parts of it. You took that first step, and that is the biggest, hardest thing of all. And you've shown to yourself that you can do this. So whatever's out there next, it's got nothing on this, and you did it already. So take that, hold that, and remember that for later, because it's gonna come up again. You know it. But you've all got this. You've got this. And congrats to making it.
I'm gonna jump in there, and you've all heard this from me before, but for reals, like look back at where you were just a few short months ago. And I know it's hard when you're in it to see all of the growth and knowledge that you're accumulating, but this is just amazing. Like, look at those final projects compared to the very first thing we did. And that is so much knowledge crammed in your brain. And more importantly, you all have learned how to learn and learned how to find the resources and learned how to ask the questions and learn how to advocate for yourself and learn how to communicate in business fashion and learn how to manage your time and all of those other things that are just equally important and equally hard. And we have shoved so much at your way and you've picked up so very much. So I hope that you take some time and just like bask and let your brain recuperate a little bit before you jump into the next thing, which is going to also be equally brain tiring, but now you have the skills on how to do it.
I think Sarah missed the conversation. Are you gonna sing for us today, Sarah?
I didn't plan on it. I didn't prepare anything. The last cohort was on my case about it.
Yeah.
This cohort wasn't. So.
Dana said no, absolutely no. But at least we've got the YouTube. Maybe we can watch the YouTube video.
Oh, the internet never forgets.
Or Eileen's dog could sing for us.
Oh no, we've been trying that for a few months. My sister's dog sings. It's real cute. She just kind of grumbles. She's a gremlin. She doesn't have a singing voice. She grumbles.
My sister's dog sings as well. Franklin does not. He does not have that talent. And he looks at me like I'm an idiot when I ask him to sing.
Have a growth mindset, Amanda. I believe in Franklin. You could.
We'll try. Well, whilst I'm here and unmuted, I just want to say I am extremely proud of y'all. And 6 months from now, or when you're 3 months into your new journeys and your next journeys, just remember where you started and how far you've come along. And life comes at you fast, and life is a marathon. And oftentimes we get roped into life coming at us fast for all the negative things, but like life has come at y'all fast for something extremely positive and life-changing. And that's a big deal. Like you have something right now in between your ears that no one can take away. And only you can build from here. And I'm excited to see where y'all go and where you are 6 months from now and 9 months from now. And as I always say, if you need anything, feel free to shoot me a line, drop me a line, and I'm here for you at all times. Congratulations.
Congrats.
Sonia, is your cockatiel around?
Oh no, because I'm at work.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, that bird
super cool.
goes on and on and on.
Really? What is it?
It can say, it sounds like he's saying pretty bird, but he does it in a whistle. So he's like, and he goes, so he just, and I can start whistling and we'll just go back and forth. And whatever I do, he'll copy me. So very fun. Gosh, I've had him for oh my gosh, like 18 years. 18 years I've had that bird.
Franklin wanted to say congratulations, everybody.
Woof woof. I can't.
I love it. I love it.
I'm mute now. I'm mute.
Miss Hill, can we get you at all of like the meetings and the meetups? Because I'm living right now. Like, I stand.
Oh, I'm gonna miss you all. Thanks for being part of this. Thanks for working so hard. You're an inspiration to me, and I'm so excited for you. Seriously, I think you know already, but if you ever have questions or need to practice negotiating or something, please feel free to DM me on Slack. I really would love to keep up with you. Congratulations.
Thanks, everyone. Yeah, I'm gonna hop too. Thank you, Mommy. Thank you, Daddy. Thanks for coming. And Angel and Andrew, thank y'all. Wow, what a journey it's been. Wow, 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 wow. Not gonna cry, I'm not gonna do that, but we are gonna go. We're gonna hop. Oh, bird! There's a bird. Okay, look, there's a bird. That's a robin.
Just tweets all day. Yes, you do.
Have you had a bird this whole time and I'm just now discovering about it?
No, we've had it about a week, and
Okay.
we'll probably be ready to go back outside in another week. So
I was like, that looks like a wild bird, like
it's
not
a
a
wild
pet
bird.
bird.
This happened last year also. I think my husband is a Disney princess. Because all these animals are just, they love him. And he can't help but want to help the animals. So he's like, we can't leave it. So yeah.
Oh my
Yeah.
gosh, is that a robin baby?
Yep.
What is that?
Yep. It's a robin.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. Wow. That's so cool. Now we've got
All
our
right.
bird cam. Thanks, everyone.
Bye. Mom, you do not have to stay on. You can go or you can hang out.
But you can stay.
Hey, I want to see the dog again. You threw me off. I just see the little paw come up in the air, and I'm like, oh my god.
Franklin.
Oh my gosh.
More Franklin time. We gonna get some Maggie time, Michelle? You know I need it. I'm missing Mag.
Come here. You want me to do some weightlifting? All right.
Oh,
just a
there
second.
he is. There he is.
Oh.
I love how he's like, it's time to lick your face, Mom. Is that what time it is? I'll do that. I like that.
right,
Oh, there's
Maggie.
a Maggie. Look at that food.
Oh
I love that she just takes it. She's just like, okay.
Oh, she's so heavy.
Okay.
All right.
Oh,
You're the meeting now, Frank.
Franklin, you and your face. You and your face just being so cute. Nice. Everybody, it was lovely seeing you all. Have a wonderful rest of your day, and I'll see you all later. Except for Camille's mom, who I might not see later, but I hope I do see Camille's mom later.
It was wonderful
I
to
see
meet
you
you.
later
Thanks
as
for
well.
being here.
All right,
All
congrats.
right. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.